Subscribe to semperBKReactions.
We gotta, you have to, regardless if it's your child. The father it would have been better if the father would have been like, you know what, that was my son. I love my son. He made a mistake. He wasn't a bad person. semperBKReactions family, welcome, 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 welcome. We here for another one. Hey yo, if this is your first time here at semperBKReactions, we like a family. I don't know how you found my small YouTube channel, but I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Make sure you check out this video. If you like what you're seeing, hit the like button, subscribe, share it if you feel like you're getting something out of it. And for my 50, at the moment I'm recording this, right? I got like 51 subscribers. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. I'm on the goal to 100. You know what I mean? So I appreciate all my returning semperBKReactions family members. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and all of that, all right? If you've been here before, you know this is a channel where respect is of the utmost importance, right? That's one thing my grandmother's taught me growing up. Respect, manners, discipline, you know what I'm saying? So respect is big for me. So here, we don't do no disrespect. If I see disrespect in the comment section, I just delete it. I don't get into arguments or wars with thumb thugs and finger thugs. I don't get into arguments. I just delete it. I delete it. I'll restrict you, block you, whatever, because I'm not here for that. I'm here to give, you know, some tips based on my knowledge, training, experience as a former law enforcement officer, and just speak about police accountability and just speak about ways you can get to, like I always say, to the other side of a law enforcement encounter safely. Okay, but today, I'm gonna have some opinions, personal opinions that's not popular, you know, to my people, to black people. I'm going to say some things a lot of black people may think, but they don't want to say it because it's unpopular. With this case that we're gonna be looking at today, well, with this officer involved shooting that happened earlier, I believe earlier this year, right? But I'm just reacting to it now. Again, my opinion is going to be extremely unpopular, and I'm okay with that. And I want us to have some constructive conversations in the comment section, right? Talk to me about how you disagree. Because again, I'm going to make some unpopular opinions, my opinions about black people. And on here, like I said, we don't deal with disrespect. We ain't disrespecting nobody's race, gender, ethnicity, sexual orientation. We don't do none of that here. No disrespect with none of that. But we will and can have some conversations, and we can have some respectful disagreements, all right? So first things first, we're going to get into the video, right? And again, in between, I have two for you. And in between the two videos, I'm going to give you, you know, some partial reaction, and I'm going to give you a full reaction at the end, okay? But what's most important is this right here.
semperBKReactions, hold up. Yo, did you tell the people to go over to semperbkclothing.com? Come on, dog. Listen, I need y'all right now to go over to semperbkclothing.com. I guarantee you're going to see something over there that you like. I mean, I got stuff for kids. I got stuff for the women. I got stuff for working out. I got everything you think you could possibly want and or need on this website. And then check it out. Check this out. I'm also offering you a promo code. Use promo code semperBKReactions at checkout.
All right, so as usual, I got to big up Police Activity YouTube channel. Yeah, go check it out. I often watch. I'm no longer a police officer, but I was doing it for a while, and I still find it interesting. Some of the law enforcement situations, the officer-involved shootings, I find it interesting. I look at it just to review it and, you know, talk about it like we do here, right? So shout out to Police Activity. Go check out their YouTube page. You could also watch this again. I want to do just a viewer discretion. You're not going to see any blood, any gore, or anything like that. I'm not doing that on this channel, right? But you're going to hear what law enforcement calls some stimulus, right? You're going to hear some gunshots. You're going to see a little scuffle. So viewer discretion is advised, okay? All right, let's get into this video out of Chicago, and we're going to talk about it. This is the first one, and we'll talk about it after.
Hey, Jay. Yeah. So what happened right now? Me and my girl was arguing, but that's it. Okay. Do you have any weapons on you? You mind lifting up your shirt? Come on, man. What's our real? Yo, what you doing? Oh, stop. Leave me alone, please. Chill out. No. Yo, don't fucking reach, man. Stop fucking reaching. Yo, he has a gun. He has a gun. Hey. Cut it out. Stop it. Stop it. Yo, stop.
Unfortunate situation. The young man lost his life, right? Before I get into a reaction on this one, I want us to watch that second video, right? Where I was talking about my people, right? Because you know what's very important? Yeah, we love to hold police accountable, right? But we barely hold ourselves accountable. And that's important. That's just as important as holding police accountable. We got to hold ourselves accountable when we're wrong. All right. I'm giving some, what they call it? I'm giving some spoiler alerts about the next video. But as we saw here, he turned around. He had a firearm, and he was turning right towards the officers with the firearm. Right? Okay. We all saw that. Let me play the second video that just had me like this when I was watching it, and had me just saying, typical. Let's play the second one.
Where he says his son Jalen took his last breath.
You don't have to kill them. You can shoot them in the leg. You can tase them. It's different. You know, they're too aggressive, and they're killing all our black kids. And it's like they're hunting our kids. You know, the first thing to do is not be so aggressive. Why would you shoot him in his head multiple times? That's an assassination.
We looked up the Illinois State Police use of force guidelines this morning, and here's what we found. An officer has the right to use force if they feel it is reasonable to protect themselves and others, and the subject's level of resistance and the immediacy of the threat is also a factor in these use of force guidelines. We have not heard any...
All right, we don't need to get into the full details of their policy on use of force regarding imminent danger, imminent threat, because it's going to align with Graham versus Connor. All right. First things I want to get into about this father's, his opinion based off of his son, you know, unfortunately losing his life. He said, what did he say? You can shoot them in the leg, you can tase them. Okay. Tasing. While your son has a damn gun in his hand, turning around, we all know attempting to shoot one of the officers, that's a good time to tase him. That's what I mean. I'm telling you. Before I get in, again, I jump on the soapbox and go in, because that's so ridiculous. Tase him. All right, now shoot him in the leg. Okay. Shooting a person in the leg is not instantly or immediately going to stop the threat, incapacitate them, because the goal is to stop the threat. Most people that get shot in their leg, they can still do every and anything, depending on where they're shot, right? If you get shot in the carotid artery, I think you got like what, maybe a minute or less than a minute of bleeding out, right? If you don't get a tourniquet on. But somebody gets shot in the leg, they can still shoot or do whatever, right? They're trying to do. And what he was trying to do is shoot one of these officers, or maybe both of them. So yeah, all right, they shoot him in the leg. Then he turned around and killed both of them. Let me go back to the first ridiculous statement he made. You could tase them while he has a gun out trying to, and this is what I'm talking about. Listen, if you don't know, I'm black. See, I'm black, right? The majority of the officer involved shootings, right? From Mike Brown, right? Because that's when I want to say, right? Black Lives Matter. I want to say they formed because of the Michael Brown shooting. So from 2014 up until now, the majority of officer-involved shootings that have black people, right? We cannot, it's impossible for us, black people, to take accountability. Me, like I tell you all the time, right is right, wrong is wrong. For example, That coward police officer, I believe somewhere in Milwaukee or something, that shot and killed this lady that at some point had some water in her hand in a pot. She put it down. He shot and killed her. He shot her in the head like he said he was going to do anyway. No, that lady did nothing wrong. She had mental health issues and she did nothing wrong. She was probably 10, 15 yards away from this coward, this little scary ass police officer, right? She was a good distance away so that water did not pose no imminent danger to you. It wasn't an imminent threat. She put it down and you killed her anyway. No, she's totally right. She's an innocent victim. God rest her soul. But again, right is right, wrong is wrong. Why isn't this father, right, speaking about what? Well, you mentioned nothing in this damn interview, and he never mentioned nothing about your son pulling out a firearm on police officers and turning and trying to shoot them. Why? But he definitely remembered to mention, oh, they're too aggressive. You could shoot him in the leg, you could tase him. No accountability for your son's poor actions. Your son made that choice, he made that decision. You and him need to deal with the consequences. Take accountability for your BS. And like I said, I know in Jamaica we say, when I go kill me. I know the black people, them I go kill me. See it? They're gonna kill me in the comment section. Because like I said, I'm saying things that I'm sure the majority of black people think. When are we gonna start taking accountability? It's like every police involved shooting, we find some way to say the police is wrong. In this situation here, they are not wrong. You're talking about they didn't have to shoot him in the head. If you look, I don't want to show the video back again, but go look at it when you have time, right? If you look, the gentleman, the police officer, the male, I could tell his shots were to the young man's back, right? The female that came up, I saw her shooting, but while she was shooting, right, the gentleman was falling, right? So she's here shooting, the gentleman was falling. So that's how I could see him getting shot in his head once, twice, or something like that. I could see that. But one thing that, of course, the father doesn't understand, because again, his rationale, his reasoning is ridiculous to me, right? One thing he don't understand is law enforcement. We are trained. I was trained. You're supposed to aim for the largest portion of the body presented to you to stop the threat. Sometimes that could be the head, but she wasn't aiming for his head, right? In that situation, the largest part is the torso, right? Law enforcement is trained to aim for the largest target presented to you to stop the threat. So the male police officer, I saw it, the shots were to the back, but then he got those shots, he started to fall. The female police officer, she was, you know what I mean? She was here. So I know that she hit him initially in the torso, but he fell and she still shot maybe 1 or 2 rounds. And I actually could see where he got hit in his head. But the father, of course, because he can't take accountability for his son's actions, he's not going to, he doesn't see that. He just think they shot him in the head, right? But like I said, the biggest thing is, they're so poor. Again, that's the first thing he talk about is the police are too aggressive. But we don't want to mention the fact that your son pulled out gun on police, right? We don't want to talk about that. Let's just talk about everything else because we can't take accountability. So I know another argument that, someone who thinks like the father does will bring up is, I don't know, they had no right to stop him or whatever. Wrong, right? I did a little bit of research and I found out that there was some sort of domestic issue with a girl that he was involved with, right? So the officers responded to that location. They spoke to the potential victim, right? They're conducting an investigation. So they need to speak to the other party that the victim is accusing, right? So because of that, they have what's called reasonable articulable suspicion, RAS. They have RAS to go stop this individual, the gentleman, and question him, detain him and question him. They have RAS. They don't have probable cause yet, right? Probable cause is something totally different than RAS. They have RAS currently, right? If they had probable cause, they technically didn't even have to go talk to him. They could just go arrest him, right? Probable cause, the mere sets of facts or circumstances that would lead a reasonable and prudent person to believe that a crime has occurred. It's more than mere suspicion, but less than actual certainty, right? They didn't have that. They had RAS, right? So That's why they were there. They had a right to be there. They had a right to stop him. The officer asked him a question, and I don't know if the girl said, I don't know the details. Maybe the girl spoke about how he had a weapon, pulled a weapon on her, because for them to ask, do you have any weapons on you? That's what that made me think, right? But regardless, they had a right to do that. And asking about the weapon, I believe, had to have come from the potential victim, right? So they had a right to be there. They had a right to detain him. But once they attempted to detain him, he attempted to elude them, obstructing their investigation. So in all accounts, this dude was dead wrong. And he made the choice. And unfortunately, that choice ended up in him losing his life. All right, so we established that those officers had RAS. So let's go to our 3 gram factors, right? Let's look at it. Severity of the crime, the seriousness of the offense the officer was responding to or investigating. So I believe, again, it was something domestic. So was it life-threatening? We don't know what occurred at the house wherever the victim was, right? But nevertheless, it was a crime severe enough for them to feel like they had to go stop, detain, and question it. It's not like girl called the police and said he was yelling at me, right? We don't need to talk to him about that. But I feel like something physical potentially happened. So we got number 1. Number 2, the immediate threat, whether the suspect posed immediate physical threat to the safety of the officer. Absolutely. When he wants to pull out the gun when they were trying to detain him, absolutely. We don't need to stay long on that one. Yes, we got 2. 3, resisting or evading. I don't even need to finish reading that because we all saw that on the camera. Okay, so again, I know y'all gonna kill me in the comment section, but let's talk about it respectfully, right? This is my thing. I am tired of black people. The majority of the time, these situations arise, right? We don't take accountability, right? I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. There are times when we are, without a doubt, in the right. Aubrey, Ahmaud, Glenn County, we totally in the right, even though that's not with law enforcement. So let me take that back. That one has nothing to do with law enforcement. George Floyd, without a doubt, right? George Floyd was innocent, 100% innocent, right? Like I said, the lady that unfortunately was killed by that coward cop in Minnesota, Minneapolis, somewhere, I believe in that state, that was holding the water and put it down, 100% victim, right? But when we have situations like this, people, where he pulled out a gun, we have to just easily just say, damn, it's unfortunate he lost his life, but he was dead wrong. We gotta be able to say that, right? We got, if we wanna be accepted as logical thinking people, fair, right? Common sense people, we gotta, you have to, regardless if it's your child. The father it would have been better if the father would have been like, you know what, that was my son. I love my son. He made a mistake. He wasn't a bad person. He made a bad mistake and it cost him his life. And it's unfortunate. My son made a mistake, but I love him and he's not. We'd have all been, we'd have understood that. But you getting on camera and immediately pointing the finger is crazy. But that's what the majority of the time we do. Let me hear it in the comment section. All right, y'all stay safe out there. Check out some other videos, like, comment, share, subscribe, do all of that. Most importantly, go over to semperBKClothing.com. I got a promo code on there. Promo code is one word, semperBKReactions, all right? Y'all stay safe. Peace.